Okay, so I came across this segment on the morning show that was showing a new technique how to improve the effectiveness of a mask from 44% to 95%. So that's a vast improvement, so I thought I'd share it. So let's have a look at the clip and we'll go through how you put it on your face. Let's have a look.
So I want to talk to you about this really interesting research out of the US that is showing that if we double mask, so you use two masks, how massively this improves your chances of not getting COVID. And
so that's pretty good. So you've basically got your little mask like that, and then you've also got ones like Rafa Nadal uses, like the cloth mask that goes around your face as well. So, yeah.
Haven't we come just so far? A year ago we were saying to everybody, don't bother with a mask, it doesn't work, based on data out of SARS, the old sort of, virus. This new study was amazing because what we know is that when you put a surgical mask on, awesome source because it's got the great filters in it, but they've got lots of gaps in them. Put a cloth mask on, amazing fit on the face, but it doesn't have the filter on it. So what this one showed is that, you know how we're always worried about spreading COVID to others? If you cough without a mask, we now know that the virus travels 3.7 metres, which makes social distancing of 1.5 metres look a bit ridiculous. With the double masking, so the surgical mask on first and then the cloth one over the top, 6 centimetres. That's not going to really affect anybody. The other thing is we now know that it protects you, the wearer. So if you just have a surgical mask, 42% protection, double masking, 95%.
That's extraordinary. It's only a matter of time before we actually get some other mask that will come out that actually does this in one.
Yes, please.
Fingers crossed.
So really, you don't need it all in one, because I'll show you here. We'll go full screen. Basically, you've got your disposable one, and then you'll have your washable one. So you put your disposable one and the washable one over the top, and then you'll dispose of this one and wash the cloth one. So they're all good. You don't really want them all in one, I don't think, because then you'd have to throw the whole thing away. So we'll do it like this. So I'll show you. We'll go back to the clip, and I'll show you some interesting things because I didn't really mention it. So let's have a look here. So what was interesting here was first they showed. You see the arrow. See the big gap there? You got a big gap there, right there, when it's on your face. Yeah. Everything's back to front on the video, of course. So where are we? This side. So yeah. Oh dear. All right. Anyway, you got the gap there. You'll see it when I put the mask on. So you got the gap there. So we're trying to eliminate that. And this lady here, see, they didn't mention this. What they've actually done. So you put your cloth mask over the top. All right. But what she's done is she's created this little knot there, right? So what you're doing is you're creating a double loop. And I've done one on mine. I'll show you quickly. Go back to full screen. So you see the double loop? So you got one loop there and another loop there, and that goes over your ear. So this is a clever little technique which will close that gap that the arrow is showing. So you make the little knot there. And you can see there, and then you fold it. See, she's folding it up. So just play that again.
So the surgical mask on first and then the cloth one over the top, 6 centimetres.
So that's the best way to do it, because you've got this tiny little gap there now. So that's going to minimise the gap, and you put the cloth mask over the top, and that should close everything in. But they didn't mention this little technique, and it's a great little technique. You can see there closer up.
That's not going to really affect anybody. The other thing is we now know that it protects you, the wearer.
There you go, see that? So you try and make it as flat as possible right there. So that is a brilliant technique right there. So I'll show you on mine. Let's have a look. So I've got my little loop there. So I'll put him on. So this part is the part you bend on your nose. So put it over the ear. A little bit more fiddly because it's smaller, but that actually works a lot better than the other side. You see the other side, so you've got your double loop there. Where are we? So here, then you sort of, I think my face is a bit big. I don't really need to fold it, so I haven't really got a gap there. And also, make sure you shave. Don't be like me. Make sure you shave. So you pinch your nose there, so it's all nicely. You want it as close to your face as possible. and then you see the other side, you can probably get little gaps in there, especially in different size faces. So there we go. So that's the way to do it. And then you put your cloth mask over the top, and that should increase the effectiveness from, what did they say, 42, 44% up to 95%. And also the travel distance goes right down to like 6 centimeters, which is crazy good. So there we go. So that's a good little technique. So don't forget to put a double loop in. So we'll do one on this side. So go to that and just pinch it there, and then around through there, double loop, like that. Just easy as that. Nice little technique. So you got a double loop now, and that part goes over here, of course. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed that one. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Make sure you share this one around because this is really important. We want to keep the transmission rates right down around the world. We're very lucky where I am in South Australia. We've got no cases. One of the very rare places in the world have got no cases. They've got some cases in Victoria. They've got a full lockdown for 5 days there. They're trying to get on top of that. They've got about 15 cases I think at the moment. So yeah, we're really on top of it in Australia. So anything that we can help the rest of the world to do to keep the cases down until the vaccines really rolls out fully, and then we'll probably be wearing masks for a long time afterwards. So this little technique is probably going to come in handy when we still have to wear masks later on as well. Okay guys, see you later mate. Cheers.